Let's go live already, damn it. Fuck it. What you doing, man? Let's go live already. I'm trying to get the set up. You can kind of see it, that light. Okay. Might have to just move this light. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can see everything. I like this setup. Got my keyboard back here in case I need to go for the keys. Got the 2 player hats up there. In case I need to do some player shit. Come up out of the sports memorabilia. Let me see. Let me plug my sound in. This is my first set. I'm getting my first set. Just a little indoor set. Last time I had the outdoor set. This the indoor set. Then I got the car set. Let me get this other camera popping just for a hot second. Okay, to see the live, see the live, see the live, hear the live. All right. Yeah. I like it. I like it. We doing it. We in here. I got room for my mouse to maneuver. You can kind of see my screen. Yes, indeed. So I can push it up down here. Pictures down here. Because the shit in question actually is all right. So did it stop it? I don't think it stopped it. Oh no, it's still clicking. It's still streaming. So how do I open this in a new window? And okay, move tab to new window. Okay. All right. So now I got this window. Let me take this window, shrink it, move it down here to that screen. So now y'all should be able to see it on that screen down there. All right, I'm turning this off because I don't got that much memory on this one. That was a good test run on this camera angle, but that's a good camera angle too, so I can double up. But yeah, that's for future episodes. All right. The Blue Shion Don ain't in here with me. I don't know what happened to him. Might gotta go get him. Last time I had Corleone in here. That's my bullies, American bullies. The doggy dogs. The dogs. All right, so where did the live stream go? Uh-oh, where did the live stream go? Let's do that. All right. That's the desktop we need. All right, so yeah, now we got the live stream. Okay, and then I'm looking, bam, right there. So what's happening? What's up? What's good? Check this out. Live streaming. Coming to you with a reaction video. It's fiGhtDad back in the lab. So I want to bring up the some of the points, talking points he had. Some of the, my reaction to some of the stuff that he said, because that's a topic. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have something to talk about on this motherfucker, so I'm gonna bring it up. And it relates to kind of like some of the stuff we seeing in the world, world events, different things going on. Shit could easily get ugly. We've seen that. Shit could either easily be a pandemic, easily be a war, easily be, shit just easy. It's easy to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Where it's a must we address it and come with it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me check something real quick. Let's see if I can bring up the footage so I can talk about it piece by piece. Yeah, we living in some trying times, so it's easy to, you know what I'm saying? Something huge is on the horizon, basically. And I started off my week with this paragraph. Now, I don't know if this paragraph is going to be a story, a theme to a movie. I don't know what it is, or if it's going to be real life, if it's a premonition or something. But it went like this. It said, separation is coming after a major catastrophe. When the dust settles, America will be demographically divided. Depending on where you're located, when that time comes, you will either have to pay the police for protection or pay the gangs. And the difference between the two will be almost indistinguishable. Now, that's just the, like if I was writing the Star Wars trilogy, that would be the first paragraph of the opening crawl type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a Star Wars buff, but that'd be like the opening crawl. Separation is coming after a major catastrophe. All right, let's talk about that. Major catastrophe. Major catastrophe could be COVID 2.0. Major catastrophe could be some new shit, new variant that this sweeps through and causes things to be disrupted. Uh, Nuclear war. You got Putin over there, Biden with all that bread. Kanye had said something about Ye had said something about that in the interview. I still gotta get used to calling him Ye, but he said it's kind of like when you use Kanye, it's like it's Cassius Clay, like they call him Cassius. My name Ali, motherfucker. Like Ali was the one that was talking truth to power back then. Like he was an athlete that was out of control, out of their control, a public black figure that was out of their control. He got up under Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, and then was giving them that true game on how to talk back to him. And shit, he was able to navigate and exist in that world and still be able to do his thing. But you notice how he stopped talking. They figured out a way to shut him up. So now you fast forward, George Bush don't like black people. Beyonce had the best video, you know, talking up, talking truth to power. So, like I said, separation is coming after a major catastrophe. So, like nuclear war, like in terms some internal, you know, turmoil. Sort of like we had in 2020, where people rioting, looting, you know, political unrest. Uh, what they, what no one wants to concede the 2024 election. If they're like, this nigga won, and they're like, hell no, he didn't win. And then other people's like, oh yeah, he did, and they're like, no, he did. Like, it only could be that from here on, because the way the Republicans got it, and they try to say that it was bullshit, try to say Russia, you know what I'm saying, voter fraud and all this whole other shit. And then after that 4 years, they did it the same type of move, basically. And the other side is like fraud and all this other shit. And it all sounds true. You know what I'm saying? Except for I don't believe that Russia shit was true. But the first Russia shit with the Republicans. However, motherfuckers figure out how to become motherfucking presidents and shit. They know they figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? They get a group of motherfuckers and a motherfucking group of people catapult them into that position. It depends on the way the power shifted at that time. But politics has got real rough. You had the Jeffrey Epstein thing come out. You got all these secrets just coming out. All the corruption is coming out. So political unrest could be the catastrophe that's going to bring about separation. It's the first word, separation. Separation is coming after a major catastrophe. After a major catastrophe, it's going to be separation in this land. Then I said, when the dust settles, America will be demographically divided. I was joking because I write raps too. And I had said separation is coming after a major catastrophe. When the dust settles, America will be divided demographically. I was like, oh, that means kind of like bars. But I said demographically divided. So demographics. Let's go to the dictionary etymology. Look up demographics. Word demographics. Where can I do my voice? Dictionary of etymology demographics. All right, said it all crazy. They recorded it though. What the hell happened to it? The word. Okay, so the word demography, comes from two Greek words: demos, meaning the people, and graphy, meaning writing about or recording something. So literally, demography means writing about the people. So I say, when the dust settles, so from the major catastrophe, after everything starts to becoming, starts to getting back to, when the dust settles, when we in the back end stages, all the death is over with, you know what I'm saying? All the fighting's over with, or all the nuclear winter's over, or whatever is the catastrophe. When it's all over with, when the dust settles, America will be divided, demographically divided. So people still gonna be people occupying this land, but we're gonna be divided in certain demographics. Now think about demographics. When you think about demographics, let's look up another definition of demographics. Okay, a branch of sociology that studies the characteristics of human population. Demography. Okay, so now you're looking at sociology, a branch of sociology that studies the characteristics of human population. So the characteristics of human population could be white, black, old, young, single, married. You know what I mean? Shit. Be economic status, could be political affiliation, really. So America was founded on gangs, like small groups of people getting together and handling theirs, doing business with their people, or fucking with each other. So those different demographics they're gonna come together. They're gonna be separated from each other. And depending on where you end up, depending on where you're located when that time comes, that's gonna be dependent on, if you're gonna pay the police for protection, or you're gonna have to pay the gangs. Okay, you say pay for protection. What do you mean by that? Pay for protection. That's what human. That's what the human existence. Okay, put it this way: when humans get together, like a man and a woman has a baby, but then another man and woman has another baby, and another man and woman has another baby. Next thing you know, you got a community of people. Now they gotta exist as a society. Within that society, tribe or whatever at first, how it was, hunter gatherers, and then branched out to little, villages, then villages to towns, and towns to cities, to countries, the countries to, saying global, the way it is now, global networks just tied together with similar economies, similar language, because they said in the end times we'll be all speaking the same language. The internet is that language. We all speak internet, no matter where you go. Internet's there. And then there's places where the internet ain't, but not too far from where that is, there's internet. And people run their whole shit off this shit. Social media, all this shit. This shit's glued to our hands. That's another thing. The mark of the beast is upon us. They said that at the end times. It's gonna be a mark of the beast. Ta-da! Mark of the beast. This motherfucker knows what we say, what we look like, where we're at all times. Some motherfuckers sleep with this motherfucker under their pillow. Wake up first thing in the morning. Do, 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 do. It's the alarm clock. Like, when we willingly took the mark of the fucking beast. When we literally need it damn near to survive in this day and age and time. So we think. So we think. But it's gonna boil down to when they turn all this shit off, or if it was to get turned off due to the major catastrophe I'm speaking of, or if they make it mandatory to be able to get your normal needs like food, clothing, and shelter. You gotta go through this. Hey, bring your little barcode. We gotta be able to scan your iPay, your Apple Pay. We can't scan that. You can't get the food that we could put down because the supply chain is fucked all up. I experienced some shit 2 years ago when they killed George Floyd. I'm in Ground Central. I'm in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm on the outskirts of North Minneapolis, in a suburb called Brooklyn Center, where the woman with the gun, the police officer thought she was pulling the gun, said she thought she was pulling the gun, but pulled the taser on the little boy and killed him, which his dumbass shouldn't have been wrestling with her in the first place. That's why I don't get these niggas. They struggle with the police, then when the motherfucker gun them down and fuck them off, you like, oh shit. But nigga, I learned early in life, do not struggle with the fucking police. If the motherfuckers got you, you put your hands up and go to fucking jail and then come back and we'll be alright. But nigga, you don't fucking supposed to wrestle with them bitches, they'll kill you. Everybody knows that. At least I thought everybody knew that. But these niggas making false moves and doing all kind of crazy shit. A lot of times those police just be scared of a nigga too, though, too. So yeah. I learned how to play with that, like to make them motherfuckers feel safe. You know what I'm saying? You know, even when I get caught and get in the commission of a crime, shit, I was always lying and motherfucking bullshitting my way through it like I'm innocent the whole way. I never turned straight criminal on them and ran and did none of that. Fuck that. But I always did slick crimes anyway though. So yeah, I would never really was no armed robber or no shit like that. I send bitches to the bank with checks and shit like that. So I was on the back end doing my thing. They said I could share my stream. Let me see if I can share the stream. Oh yeah, I can share this motherfucker. You can't text message it? Oh, I took Messenger off of this because it was eating up my. Yeah, I'm gonna have to share it next time. I could tweet it. Let me tweet this motherfucker out real quick. So yeah, everybody know that. But getting back to the protection thing, America was built, the whole country, the whole world was built on motherfuckers grouping up in gangs. And then The strong will take from the weak. That is humans' flaw. Strong will take from the weak. Strong-minded, meaning if you can outthink or outswindle somebody or convince somebody to give, like with the church, or you know what I'm saying, like, or you could talk real good, spirituality real good. People paid for that. People paid for hunters. People paid for, people with, economy, what I'm saying, was built, and people would exchange money. People would exchange, you know, goods and services with each other. And once you can do that, then you can amass a big wealth. People have, okay, why this guy got 50 sheep and 50 cows, and this guy only got two because he didn't put his thing down like this one did, or he didn't have the connections like this one did, or he didn't work as hard as this one did. So there's always been a hierarchy of having things. Now he want to come in. Now he want to come in the middle with a lie. Hold on, let me let him in. Introducing the Blue Shian. Come on, Blue Shian. You was out there by yourself. You're supposed to be in here on this live. Corley was on the last live. That's the dog, Blue Shian. Come on, come on. Come on. Get up here. You good? You on live? You on the live with us? Look at the camera, nigga. There you go. Look at the camera over here. Yeah. All right. All right, now chill out. Get out. I'll take you outside after this live. Take you outside after this live. So it's in the nature of the human being to take over and impose their will on the weak. So as long as you got that, you got motherfuckers that are grouped together and protect you from that. You know what I'm saying? And protect you from harm. That way you can have your own food, clothing, and shelter. You ain't got to worry about nobody taking your food, clothing, and shelter. So that's how it works. So now you fast forward to this time frame, it's still the same thing, paying for protection. Now people want to move dope, so they get with a gang, and the gang they got different connections, and you know what I'm saying, and they move the dope. But it comes from a need for adolescents to group together. It comes from a lack of fatherhood as well, which explains the black gangs in America. And the fact that this is a country was built on corruption and crime. Like, right? It was built on this side of the law too. But it was the corruption and crime, and those lines was blurred the whole way through the creation of this country. This country done told lies. This country done been wrong. This country the only country to drop nuclear bomb on a motherfucker. Like, this country done a lot of killing and a lot of stealing. And we're starting to see that how blurred the lines was. The big uproar about Trump is telling on us. This is a credible white man telling us about the dirty deeds. He's telling people about the deeds. Not to mention the internet. Like, it was just time. It was time for this shit to come the way it came. Too much information. Too much. Motherfucker could look you up. Motherfucker could just pull your card to see the real. Like, everything's exposed. That's another thing they said about the last days. Everything's gonna come out. Everything's exposed. You got Vlad TV doing interviews, which we're gonna get to the drink champs. That's what this is about. Got Vlad TV doing interviews that explaining a side of hip hop that used to be unknown to us. And now he done stripped the clothes off of everybody because everybody gets there and just confesses. Like, you know what I'm saying? This confesses. And you think, okay, in the year 2023, you will have a white guy do one of some of the best interviews in hip hop. But you got a lot of motherfuckers following behind him trying to catch up. But that nigga got them people to talk. And made him want to do it on other platforms as well. And he interviews gangsters too. Like, so you getting behind it, boy, you hearing about Sammy the Bull, the whole stories, how he became a made man, the real stories from the real motherfuckers. America's always been fascinated with crime. Always had gangster movies, always had westerns with bank train robbers, always had a cop element, a cops and robbers element. Television entertainment always had a cops and robber element to it. Speaking of entertainment, let's talk about the black entertainer, Ye. Now, Ye said something in the Drink Champs interview about how gospel music was our music, how we were singing to God, how we was connected to, holy values. Then there's a group of niggas that would get influenced and get to gyrating at the hips and juking and R&B and crooning to the ladies and that's my Elijah Muhammad. What you call it? Impersonation from Malcolm X. Gyrating at the hips and sleeping with white women and carrying on. So then you get niggas like Ray Charles changing gospel into what they would call secular music back then. You had the whole rock and roll thing as well. You had kickback from the Christians of the country. You had kickback from the Bible Belt. They went was gyrating at the hips and carrying on. Instead of singing about love for God, they singing about love for sex and love for you know man and the flesh, and so there was a pushback, but can't stop that. America loves its crime. America loves its jazz. Love this R&B. Yeah, love this nigga music. So whatever them niggas did, they was gonna embrace and try to do it themselves. Appropriate it for sure. And they appropriated jazz. They appropriated every little piece of music we done. They did right along with us. We're all one people. We're all becoming one group of people. But within that group of people, that natural human ability to form gangs and groups to protect those from the strong. But see, there's the trick. That's why I said in this last paragraph. And the difference between the two will be almost indistinguishable. So are you protecting me from the strong? Or are you the strong saying you protecting me from the strong, but you are the strong? That's like, I give you window insurance. I'll sell you window insurance. Yeah. There's a gang of kids running around here breaking windows, but you pay me, I'll make sure they don't break your windows. What? Wait a minute. So are you the motherfucker breaking my windows? Cause as soon as you said that, it stopped. Like, hmm. It's the shakedown. The old 1-2, the old mafia 1-2. And then you got other human cardinal sins that go along with the condition of the human. Human also has another condition, which is sex. That is another strong vice. So since the beginning of the time, you had people organize that exchange to where a motherfucker can't get it on his own, or you want to just get it from someone else, or you just want to get it the different from who he, or however he had an option. Like brothels, and they say it's the oldest profession. It goes all the way back to the beginning of time. So it was always control. Again, was to stop a person from just taking it from a girl. Strength. Strong protect the weak. Pimp protect the hoe. Got that same type of relationship with an R&B singer and his manager. Perform the service, I'll handle the money. You're the performer, I'm the money handler. So what ended up happening, back to Kanye, he's speaking about how the Jewish people, Jewish, Jews, they're just Jewish. Jewish. So are they Jew? No, they're Jewish. So how the Jewish individuals in this country got on, Ye was saying something about they was the only ones that would divorce people. Catholics wouldn't get divorced. Catholic Church wouldn't divorce people, or the Catholic lawyers wouldn't divorce people. So Jews was the only ones that would do divorces and figured out contracts, and they had motherfuckers go to school for that shit. They just kept it in the family and did their thing. So he admitted on the interview that he was jealous of Jews. He was jealous of their business practices. He was jealous that they don't abort their babies. He was jealous that they don't shoot each other dead in the street. He was jealous that they don't, you know what I'm saying, that they stick together, that they don't, divorce each other. You know what I'm saying, that they stay married. Um, that they understand contracts. He was jealous. He's basically saying that he wants that for his people. He wants us to be the ones in control of our own destiny. Because when Ray Charles took that R&B music and made that R&B, took that gospel music and made it R&B, and all the other artists and all that stuff that followed along that same timeline, Sam Cooks and everybody that was, switching that era over to the, to the R&B, which went into the Motown, which went into the, you know what I'm saying, to the, regular R&B, keep sweating them niggas, which went into the hip hop, which went to the new jack, which went into the new hip hop, which went to the drill. Oh, it's getting progressively worse now. Now it went from gospel music to R&B, clean cut niggas like the Motown niggas singing, to Marvin Gaye singing about hard times and shit. And then you start getting deeper and deeper into secular, the devil's land, further and further from God, I should say, further and further from God. And you got King R&B, the last King R&B turned out to be R. Kelly. To show you where it went. King of Pop was killed by those Jews because he did good business. He owned a lot of publishing. He said he did good business. He did some good business, so they try to do it media, caught him wacko jacko in the media, and then next thing you know, he was out of there. He was speaking about that shit too. As soon as Prince fought, got his masters back, these is niggas that made billions for these motherfuckers. And they was like, hell no, ho. Like I said, that pimp hoe relationship had always been there. Now it exists. It started existing in the music industry. A lot of those female singers was nigga borderline hoes, nigga. They was this shit. They was the hoes with hookers with voices. They had sisters with voices. Some of them, some of them got ripped out of the church. And I started off singing gospel. Now I'm popping my ass in this Cardi B video or Nicki Minaj or whatever. It just went from progressively to just to where it's they just promote whoredom and they support they support death, straight death. And the white man get paid off all of that. That's a Kanye line. So I understand where he's coming from with the remarks about the Jews. And it was a good perspective to put it in to where we're not talking about hate, but letting them know that we're trying to uplift our people. But we got a hell of a fucking fight ahead of us, boy. Mad as they got just now. No, this shit got to come first. We got to destroy before we can rebuild. That's why this is like a premonition to me. Separation is coming after a major catastrophe. When the dust settles, America will be demographically divided. Depending on where you are located when that time comes, you either have to pay the police for protection or you're going to have to pay the gangs. And the difference between the two will be indistinguishable. That's it, John. That's all I got. I'll be back for some more of those lives. And this one ended up being 30. I meant to do like 12 minutes. We're gonna keep this shit cracking though. Till next time.